Hi everyone, Mrs. Olson here. We're still studying geography. Specifically in today's lesson, we are looking at movement and immigration. When we study geography, we study several themes, and movement happens to be one of them. Geographers look to see where people live, where they came from, and why they moved. What do you think can be learned from studying movement? I'll give you a second to think about it. I know that some of you guys are going to say that people move for a variety of reasons. One of those reasons might be historical in nature. If we think about the onset of World War II in the late 1930s, we had many Jewish people fleeing Germany because of what was about to happen. So, in that case, if you've had any ancestors that are German, they might have moved from Germany in the mid 1930s or late 1930s because they were trying to escape war and oppression. Perhaps the answer is rooted in environmental reasons. Look at natural disasters. If your home gets wiped out and you have nowhere to live, your family may move and find another place to take up residence. And then some of you guys are saying economic reasons. Perhaps your family has moved because of a job opportunity for one of your parents. And it's a way for your family to make more money and for them to have different kinds of opportunities that this new job affords. Okay? So when we study the reasons why people move, we learn what happened to make them move, and then also the impact they have on the place where they settle. Now, today's lesson is going to have you learn about 5 kids that are coming from different areas of the world, all of them coming to the United States. And so you're going to be able to explain how immigration is connected to geography. All right, with that, let us look at the learning target. It says, where's my cursor? It says that you are going to explain how people, goods, and ideas move from one place to another. So in the lesson, in the stories, you are going to focus specifically on these 5 kids, these people, but you will also understand how goods and ideas are moving with them. Okay, now before we get started, the entry task is going to help you figure out and then get your brain started with what is going to come. So your learning target, or excuse me, your entry task for today says, discuss where your family comes from. You may have to ask your parents or guardians if you don't already know the answer, but that's okay. You can talk to your parents. Discuss what you know about when and why your ancestors came to the United States and how they got there. So if I were to write my answer here in this entry task box, I would tell you a little something about my Filipino side. I'm half Filipino and I'm half Caucasian. So my Filipino grandparents, they came during World War II. My grandpa was actually in the U.S. Navy and he was actually stationed in the Philippines. But then, as the war went on, they immigrated to the United States and they settled in San Diego, California. So that's how that side of my family came to the United States, and a little bit about the why. It was World War II. He joined up with the Navy, and then he wanted the opportunities for his family that the United States offered. Okay, so what happened with your family? What are your family's stories? Okay, scrolling down, it says that you are going to read and watch short videos about recent young immigrants. And then this is the website, so you can copy and paste this into a browser. And then I've also given you a link for that, okay? So this is the page that should come up first. So The kids range in ages from 9 to I think it's 13. So as you see, we've got kids from the Ukraine, South Korea, Sierra Leone, India, and then also Mexico. Okay? So you're going to read about all of their stories, and then you are going to, let's see, let me go back to these directions. Read all of their stories and choose 2. So I want you to look at all 5. Maybe find the most interesting to you, the 2 most interesting, 2 of those kids to analyze with the questions below. So at the top of the column, you would write their names right here, and then answer these questions. This one's easy. Where is the immigrant from? Okay. Why did they decide to come to the United States? So you can write a short version of what it tells you about why their families came to the United States. And then how are the young immigrants adjusting to life in the United States in these 2 boxes here. Your very last question, it says, please explain what you learned about movement with the young immigrant stories. So I'd like you to put both of the immigrants that you chose, the reasons why their family came, and what you learned about their stories, and probably about a paragraph long of an answer right here. Please write with complete sentences so that I can fully understand what it is that you have learned about movement and immigration in this assignment. Please ask me questions if you have them. Bye.